you want to strive for really high acceptance rates. That means that your leads are good. That means that your leads are being validated correctly. And that means that, in lack of better words, you're making money. I start out here on the dashboard. I look at the leads processed. I see that we have 1.5K. We've only accepted 439. The acceptance rate down here, 30%. The bottom here are like the recent leads. I see that none of the last 5 have been bought. From here, you can look at the transaction ID. You're going to be able to open that up and see exactly why leads aren't being accepted. I would go to the advertiser and buyer with this response and be like, hey, this is a good lead. Can you explain like why this wasn't successful? Like what else can I do here to get an accept? That could be responded with, we're sending a ton of fields here. They could say that they want a specific target. From there, you'll be able to go to your campaign section, and on there you'll be able to do different targeting, such as like a zip code targeting if they have specific zips that they are looking for, or if they have specific states they're looking for, you can do state validation and state targeting. One of the best things about our platform is the ability to do validations like that. We have our own internal validation and other third-party systems that we already include. So when you have an email for an email campaign or just any general lead generation campaign, you want to make sure that the email is like real and actually accepts. So when you go here, you'll be able to select, I guess it doesn't show on the stream, but from here you'll be able to select a plethora of different validation options. I would recommend validating everything, and then the same thing for the phone. If you're going to do a phone validation, it's going to be confirming that it is a real phone. Say you're in like the home improvement, home service section, and you want to make sure that they have a home phone. You could do like must be a landline, and we have our own validation systems to make sure that again it is like a working phone and receives like phone calls and stuff like that. So from here, you'll be able to look at your publishers and advertisers, publishers being your suppliers, the people you're getting the leads from, advertisers being the buyers that you are selling to. For on the advertiser side, when you're building out a campaign, right, say they want a specific field added or some other stuff. One of the biggest things for me, I mean, I've been building ping post campaigns for 5 years now, and having this open payload, giving you that availability to kind of add and subtract any fields that you want it's huge to me. I feel blessed to have it here. And another super cool thing is a plethora of buyers have different ways that they want leads sent. Like some buyers will have state, they just want the typical like California uppercase, but when you do our formatters, you're going to see that there's a bunch of different options here that you're going to be able to choose from and make it super easy for sending to any buyer. You'll have this publisher page. You're going to build out a publisher on here. Just super simple. You're going to press new publisher, add the demo company, right, the slug, that, their email, their company address. For me, it's super big. And I know for my accounting team, it's also huge because every other CRM I've ever used just has this top part, and being able to have that accounting contact is super important. So you'll have this built out, and then if you were to invite a publisher, you'll be able to press this and then invite them, and then they'll get their own publisher dashboard. They'll actually have their own login, and once they log in, they'll be able to see their own dashboard of your campaigns. So you won't even have to go back and forth for them when they're asking, oh, how's my campaign doing, or why is this lead not accepting? They'll have their own dashboard that's automatically generated for them once you invite them to the CRM platform. And then after you get the publisher into the campaign, you'll go back here and then you'll add them here to the publisher tab. You'll just press add new publisher, give them their specific payout, put a specific cap. Say you're testing someone new, you probably don't want to give them an unlimited cap, so you do like 100 a day. After you build them out, they'll show up here in the posting spec option, which will, again, automatically generate a posting spec URL for them. They'll go here. They'll see if you want to add creative that you're built out. Say it's for a co-reg campaign or something like that, where you want to make sure that the TCPA is the same throughout every single campaign, or make sure that the Ad creative is the same, making sure that they're asking the correct questions. You can add that as well. And then from here, it'll build out that posting URL, exactly where they're going to send the leads to, and then the fields that they need to pass as well. And then once they have this, they'll be able to send a test through. And then when they get accepted, you really have nothing else to do but turn them live. And then once they start sending leads to your buyers, you're all set. Also, you'll have the opportunity to invite like other team members, publishers. So you go to publishers, you're going to go to new publishers, you're going to build this out. They'll be built out here like this. And then you're going to go to invite publisher, new invite. You're going to go to next, email. We'll do next. You invite them, they'll get their own publisher dashboard. So ping post is a general, we're going to ping every single advertiser, and whoever bids the most wins, right? And then when you have that, you find out exactly who the best buyers are. Or say someone prepays you $25,000. You're like, you know what? I want to make them the number one priority, so they're getting the lead every single time. You'll switch from this ping post type to waterfall. In the waterfall, you'll be able to choose exactly here who's getting the leads first, right? So instead of it just being like, hey, this person's pinging the most, like money, let's sell to them. Instead, you're going to be like, we want leads to get the leads first, so it's going to go to them first, and then Medicarians, and then whoever. This is also important. You'll learn that people have returns, say leads weren't good for whatever reason, say they called on it and they didn't want Medicare anymore. So they wanted to return that lead. You want to probably put the people that don't return leads at the top of your funnel. So it's going to go to your best buyers first and then your worst buyers last. That's another awesome tool that you can do here once you get like that buyer pool built out. On the reporting side, if I wanted to see that month to date, right? We see August 1st to August 8th. We have that campaign option. We have the publisher option. It just gives you the insight on exactly who, right? So when you have 8 different publishers, you'll be able to select which publisher's doing the best, which buyer's doing the best. So then you press generate, and then from here, you'll be able to see your daily reports here. I have a specific advertiser selected right now, that demo buyer. So I'm going to see that demo buyer bought $87 on the first, $75 on the second, and then so on and so forth here. And you'll be able to see again how many leads are sold, how many leads are generated. We only have one buyer set up right now, but once you have other buyers and other publishers going in, it'll be easy to separate them in that report. So you have this advertiser tab, which will this is again where you're buying or you're adding buyers. And from there, again, it's super easy. You'll be seeing the same thing you see in the publisher. You'll have the company name, the company email, the company address right there, dude. And then if they have a general endpoint URL, such as something like it's going to AWS, or they want to store leads in a specific place, then you can add that here as well. And then the leads will be sent there as well as where you're sending it in the campaign. And then again, the accounting contact is super important for when you're trying to get those invoices and you want to have a different person of contact at the top and then an accounting contact at the bottom. If you are buying and selling, you're going to have to sign the paperwork for the CRM, and then you'll add your credit card information, and then you'll be charged real time in terms of leads coming in just for validation.